Chapter 99. Noah and the Ark. After this speech, everyone opens wide their eyes and says to themselves, "I am guilty." And at this the young Pharisee does not know what he should say to me. Also Cyrenius and Julius now make rather thoughtful faces, and even Ebal and Jarrah begin to think about their female beauty. And Cyrenius says after a moment of deep consideration, "Lord and Master, I have spent some days and nights with you here and there, and have seen many wonders performed by you, and heard you speak clearly. But nothing has made me think as much as this speech. For according to your remarks now, we are not at all in a better position than Sodom and Gomorrah in the days of Abraham. And all our cares, actions, and dealings are quite in optimal, the editor, for Satan. Friend, that is a very hard lecture. Unfortunately for all the world, one cannot conceal that you have given us the bare truth here. But how can we now take the standpoint from where we can willingly turn our backs on the world, and then turn to the cultivation of the soul and the spirit for all time? I say, friend, nothing easier than this. You remain what and who you are, and stand before whom you have been placed before, but not for your reputation, but instead for the various uses to other people. For, see, when the flood came in the days of Noah over the face of the earth, which basically was inhabited by spoilt people, the flood killed everything in the world except for Noah and his family, and the animals which Noah took in cages. All but the fish in the water, of course. But how did Noah and his family remain alive high above the death-bringing water of the great flood? You see, he was in a secure tub, which the great flood had to carry obediently on its back, and could never penetrate into inside of the boat, where it could have become dangerous to the life of Noah. This deadly flood of Noah's continues to spiritually cover the face of this earth. And I say to you that this spiritual and continual flood of Noah's is no less dangerous for the lives of the people of this world than the former natural flood in the days of Noah. But how can one protect oneself from drowning in the spiritual flood? I say to you, what Noah did physically, that you should do spiritually, and then one is protected forever from drowning in the great and continual spiritual flood. In other words, give the world what is of the world according to God's order, but give above all God what is God's. Noah's Ark is the correct humility and love of a person towards one's neighbour and towards God. Whoever is very humble and full of the pure, unselfish love towards God the Father and towards all people, and always actively strives to serve other people as far as possible in the order of God, he floats away quite safely and protected over the flood of the world's sins that otherwise easily brings death. And at the end of this earthly path of life, when the flood subsides for him and runs away into its dark depths, there his ark will find welcome rest on the great Ararat of the most living kingdom of God, and will become an eternal house for those whom it carries.